It was a festive mood at Fort Lauderdale's International Airport as passengers and crew prepared for the first commercial flight to Cuba in more than half a century. Routes were approved in February. Since then, airlines have been racing to establish new services.
Go to Cuba from America, and especially from Fort Lauderdale, is a big deal, not just to Florida and South Florida, but to our country as a whole, and it's a very exciting time.
For Cuban Americans in particular, it's a significant development. Until now, most used expensive charter flights. But for the Martinez family, who are traveling to the island to get married and baptize their children, it's a day they've long waited for.
Flown to Cuba before, but never in a regular flight, and for this to be the first flight, I mean, it's awesome.
We knew this day was going to come, but I mean, it took longer than what we thought, but it's here finally.
As the plane landed in Santa Clara, there was applause on board and warm greetings on the ground. The flight may have lasted less than an hour, but its significance was not lost on officials.
See it as a long-term advancement of our relationship, both governmentally as well as culturally.
Since the normalization process began, cultural exchanges between the US and Cuba have increased dramatically, but this is a whole new phase. This is just the first of many, many flights between the US and Cuba, meaning this really will be a new chapter in relations between these two countries.
The US economic embargo may still be in place. Only an act of Congress can change that. But nonetheless, this is a symbolic moment for two countries that were for so long enemies. Andy Gallacher, Jazeera, Santa Clara, Cuba.